Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, and it is part 1 of 30 ways to decorate a junk journal. If you watch the first episode, you will see that I created a junk journal cover out of a coffee box and I simply glued down book pages on it to give it some interest. If you have a go at doing the same thing and you want to create a journal just using junk, the one thing that may happen is that it will just look all very hodgepodgey because it will be created with all sorts of different things. When you buy a junk journal kit, you have pages and pockets and journal cards, and they all belong together, so it creates a really lovely cohesive look. The style of journal that I have made so that we can play and experiment will not have any cohesion unless we try to make some. So the very first thing we're doing is making a matching masterboard. You will see here I have grabbed all sorts of book page scraps and a piece of cardstock, but it's not a thick cardstock. I didn't want to use anything too heavy because that may create too much bulk in my journal, but I wanted it to have some strength. So this is, you can use whatever you have. The whole idea of this experimental journal is to play with different things, use junk, make something pretty. There are no rules. You just use what you have. So if you only have thicker cardstock, fine, use it. If you just want to use a piece of ugly scrapbooking paper, use it. It doesn't matter. The whole idea is by creating this masterboard, we will then use it to make maybe pockets or journal cards or a belly band or a side tuck. I'm not telling you yet what we're going to use it for. But the thing is, when you then flip through the journal, even though no doubt there'll be decoration added to my cover and we will add decoration to whatever pieces we make using this masterboard, it will create a little bit of cohesion. The other beauty of having a masterboard is it's a really quick way to make an item. Once you've already got your masterboard made and you want to make a pocket, you simply cut off a piece, decorate it, and you're good to go. You don't have to think about, what am I going to use for a base? And all those things. Use your scraps, make a masterboard, and then you can use it to make whatever you want. So you will see here, I have grabbed all sorts of different scraps. I've also included a little bit of plain craft paper and some coffee dyed grid paper. Again, just to create a bit of a visual break for your eye. It might look interesting when we turn it into something. But again, no rules. This is all about playing and not stressing. It doesn't matter how big or small your pieces are. You'll see I even double layer in some spots just to sort of break up the larger pieces that I used. It doesn't matter. Do whatever you like. Have some fun. Now, you will see at the very end that I do spritz this with my coffee spray. And again, I have done that to match my cover, trying to create some cohesion. So you don't have to do that if you don't want to. You can use tea, you can use watercolour. If you want to give your journal a particular theme, then think about what you want it to look like and add that to your masterboard. But I just wouldn't add any form of decoration at this stage. By keeping your masterboard just paper and maybe a little bit of colour, then it means whatever decoration you add to it, it will stand out. So try not to, and look, if you want to do a full butterfly journal and you already want to stamp on some butterflies or something, fine, go for it. Again, there's no rules, but I think for the moment, the best thing you could do would be to keep your masterboard really plain. We can add decoration when we actually turn it into something. Again, you will notice in some cases, as I've been gluing down, I have gone over the edge just because I realised I may have a little bit too much white space, but that's okay. You will also see in a minute that I will cut that down so that it's all nice and neat. You can actually leave the edges raw if you want to. Again, no rules. This is just about experimenting and having some fun. So, are you going to make a matching masterboard to go with your cover? I hope so, because I think it will make things easier down the track as we create some pretty things for our journal. If you have any questions, please put them down in the comment box. Happy to answer. You'll see I'm just using an Uhu glue stick for this. Try and not use a very wet glue if possible. It will make the paper curl up more than necessary. And once you've finished making your masterboard, you will find it possibly will curl, especially if you spritz it with coffee because you're adding water. What I will do is, now that this is, once it's dry, completely dry, I'll give it about a day or maybe half a day. I then put it on the floor with a really heavy book on top, and I do not touch it for 2 to 3 days. And then when you go back to your masterboard, it will be completely flat and ready to use. You just have to be patient, because I don't want it all curled up. I want it all nice and flat. So that's what's going to happen. It's going to get flat and beautiful. I'm trimming it off here because I do like neat edges, I will admit. But it doesn't matter. You might want to leave them on, but I don't. So they're all gone. And we are almost done here. Now, as you can see, just there you can see how my card, it's sort of a little bit bent there. My cardstock is not thick, as I said. But again, it doesn't matter what you use. I may also back this with something else again if I decide that's what I'm going to do. But I'm not worrying about the back being white at this stage either. There's a very good chance that a lot of these things, other than journal cards, would end up being glued down, so who cares whether the back is white or not. So not making that a priority. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you're going to play along. Bye for now.